Hello everybody and happy Monday. I am finally building the Silent King. It is hard for me to comprehend how crazy it is for this dude to have a model. If you've noticed, I'm trying out to do position with my phone, so I don't have to pick up and push down minis so often. Hopefully it's easier for you, the viewers, to see. So please let me know if there's any issues with it. I have to clear a lot of stuff out of the way of my desk, but I like it so far. All right, I'm gonna flip this bad boy open, cut off the shrink wrap, get to it. So when this guy was announced that he would have a model and he was coming back and they showed it, I didn't know that much about Necron lore, despite, having played Necrons for a year and a half and building up a big old army. This isn't just some Necron Primarch. This is basically the Necron Emperor, if I'm reading right. Now, there were a few Necron Emperors, but he was the last one to rule the Necrons. And he's the one who found the Satan, or I don't know if he personally found them, but it was during his reign that the Satan were found. He betrayed them. He is the reason we have Shard of the Nightbringer, Shard of the Void Dragon, all of that. And he's pissed. And he's awake. And he just wants to stop being metal and find some flesh to live in. That's crazy. I'm Brian Fellows. That's crazy. All right. This is going to be a long one, I feel. Got a bottle of water. I'm starving because I'm on the first day of my big old diet. Did some cardio earlier. Time to fit into that chaos sweater I bought at the Citadel a little while ago. I got a large for a little motivation because I'm an extra large right now. Okay, so right off the bat, looking at these sprues, we got 3 sprues. 2 are identical. Well, are they identical? Sometimes they do. Nope, these are identical sprues. And then we've got one big sprue. So I'm guessing these are the... What are these things called again? The weird terrain thing. Oh man, I just had that up too. Are these the Triarch Menhir? Cool shield things. Let's see. So it's got both of those. It's got the 2 dudes. This guy has so many rules. I'm honestly kind of glad I don't play Necrons for the amount of rules this guy has. What is this? 2, 4, 6 weapon profiles. The Triarch Menhir. He degrades 3 times. He starts with 16 wounds. Obviously goes to 0. And each one of the shield dudes has 5 wounds, so they're not too beefy, unless they get his invulnerable save. But I think that this guy's going to be kind of a sleeper hit, like Mortarion and Magnus. Well, more Mortarion than Magnus. When Mortarion came out, he was really cool. Everyone got Mortarion. I got Mortarion. I love Mortarion. He's awesome. But, lookouts are kind of slaps him around a little. He gets shot by Lascans and dies. And that happens more than ever now. With, first, he still doesn't have Lookout Sir. And second, we get things like Eradicators. And with Eradicators staying what they are in kind of a day and age of seeing a lot of Primaris Marines toned down, where Impulsors lost Fly, and man, there's supposed to be 2 of those on this thing. Impulsors lost Fly, Aggressors lost Double Tap. Lots of things changed. A whole lot of things changed. Let's see. That's 3. I think number 1's over here? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. That's 3. That is 1. Actually, I think just about every Primaris vehicle lost its ability to fly, which is a huge kick in the teeth. And there's just been some overall rebalancing. Things that were auto takes are no longer auto takes. But Eradicators are still kind of auto takes. And you look at a guy like the Silent King, he's got a 4-up invulnerable save. Let's see here. Yeah, models in this unit is a 4-up. Seems like the 3-up has gone the way of Old Yeller, except for extreme exceptions. I haven't taken a look at all of the supplements out there. I know that Aryak Rockfist of the Space Wolves still has a 3-up invulnerable because he has a unique named shield. He's kind of a beast, and he's in HQ again. He lost his... I can go over that stuff later. This is Necron Day. So I've actually... If you see me moving around a little, I'm getting used to having the phone recording right in front of my face, and I might accidentally touch it with my hair. So, the Eradicators existing, and I'm going to say it, I think that a lot of armies are going to get similar shenanigans to that. Like I said, I haven't gone through all the new stuff. I definitely haven't had a chance to go through the Necron stuff. Heck, I haven't even gone through the Space Marine stuff. Obviously, I haven't played a game. I've built some stuff, and I ordered a bundle of Codex, and I accidentally sold my copy. And, I'm not playing games anytime soon, so I just ordered another few. But, yeah, it's kind of crazy that this guy exists, 16 wounds, and then there's a unit like Eradicators who could just, poof, he's gone. Honestly, he seems like he's less durable than a model like Mortarion or Magnus, and even Magnus faded to obscurity with just what Space Marines could do. So both of those models did come back later on with some pretty awesome lists where it was, a bunch of angry greater demons. What am I looking for? This is a hassle because there are 2 identical sprues, and it doesn't even tell me which sprue has which numbers. Okay, the unique sprue is high numbers. It's 40. Nope, there's 22. Dude, what? Okay, well, anywho, I don't feel like many competitive people are buying this guy because they're worried he's going to be just bait to die. Now, I will admit, I have not looked at his points. He seems pretty awesome. But I definitely know where a lot of these players are coming from. I'm looking for number 7. And I just cannot see it. Did I click it? Dude. So... But I think a lot of more casual, rule of cool type people are definitely going to grab this kit. Because already, aside from it being very unusual to assemble, unless I accidentally got the wrong set of sprues, but I doubt that. My brain is shot. Wait, there it is. Smaller than I thought. He has some interesting rules, like as long as the terrain... I'm going to say terrain pieces because pronouncing Menhir? Menhir's not that bad. As long as the Menhir are alive, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. They take all the wounds for him. So like Death Shroud Terminators, but better. And that guy goes right... Yeah, just pops right there. I'm going to adjust this a bit. I'm going to try to go higher and then use a little digital zoom so you don't have to see my keyboard changing colors. And now I can scooch down and build. Yeah, that should work. But then the rules also state that if he dies, the Menhir go away, which I'm sure there's going to be some ability that doesn't allow wounds to be passed off somewhere. 9th is going to get crazy. Real crazy. And I assume it's going to get crazy because the back of the big rule book has an appendix for when shit gets crazy. Excuse me, when things get crazy. Here's how to deal with it. So, like, rules, stepping on each other's toes. We've never seen it before until it was, like, FAQ'd really hard. I'm really happy it's in there. I do think it's an indication that we're going to see some really cool stuff. What was the Codex release schedule? Puts, I think it was Space Wolves and Blood Angels next, and then, dang, who was it? Let's see if I can pull that up. Warhammer community. I'll like glue this guy together. I will say that this is a pretty intimidating kit, and I'm putting that on the wrong side. Simply because of the amount of, there we go, amount of pieces it has. It's a lot going on. A whole lot. But I'm grateful that Necrons finally have a complete range of nice kits. I can't recall if Canoptech Spiders are going to be revamped. Or if they already were. They're in a good place. They're alright. I guess traditional destroyers are not getting changed, which was a bit of a surprise. I think myself and a lot of other people assumed that the new destroyer, when it originally was shown, was a replacement for the current ones. But we still got those old ugly kits. That is very, very snug contact points. And it looks like this is going in well. And now 3 and 4 times 2. Oh, I get it. I get it now. Do I? No, I don't. Maybe? No, I got no clue what I'm doing here. When I'm building, usually I know what's happening. With this, I got no idea. Like, I don't know what I'm building right here. I know it's the Silent King, but what part of him? So this will be a fun adventure. 3 and 4. Right now I'm just curious how many leftover bits I'll have. It's a special character, so I generally assume no bits left behind. Maybe a head swap. With this guy though, 8 and 9. It seems like there might be leftover pieces. Here is 9. Instructions has kind of got a big old clump of stuff that goes together, so I'm just going to clip it all off and then assemble it on its own, just so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So that was 9. Why can't 8 be right here? I know for sprues, saving money and that kind of stuff, but the numbers, come on. Indomitus really spoiled me. Why couldn't this be, 52.99? Oh, man. I'll never get it. I'd love to. If someone knows why these kits are designed like this, please let me know. It drives me bonkers. Let's clean that up. Go through. See if I can move these off to the side. You know what? I think there's plenty of room. This new view, let's set them up right there. There we go. Oh, this is... it's like trying to pick up a little base. There we go. That one upside down. Reading lore about this dude is bonkers. Just coming to terms with that this is the big bad for the Necrons. Like, Guilliman's cool, but we got some counters for him. We got Mortarion, and we got Magnus hanging around, and we might get like a Lion, Russ, or Khan, or anyone. Honestly, the Lion is probably a good fit. He'll counter Guilliman, but personally, I want Russ. I don't want some arrogant butt like the Lion running around 40k. Whereas this guy is just, no, he is the dude. Let's see here. Light. Yeah. He is responsible for the Necrons being where they are right now. It's not just like, oh, he was part of the scheme. He is the schemer. That's crazy. Crazy things. Easy things are happening. Let's see. The Codex roadmap. Yeah. Oh, it's not Blood Angels. Next month is Space Wolves and Death Watch. That will be interesting. Those two chapters have had a lot of weird stuff. Death Watch definitely a lot more weird stuff than Wolves, but Wolves used to always be the weird Space Marine chapter. You know, they ride wolves and stuff. No big deal. But they have definitely taken the Space Wolves and pulled them in line. And then Death Watch have all the crazy ammunition, and I know that's kind of had ups and downs lately. I know a few Death Watch players who have been very salty. I knew a lot of Necron players who were salty, and they're not salty anymore. I wouldn't be either. Then after that we have Blood Angels and Death Guard. That's what I was thinking, because I'm doing a crusade with my Death Guard against Blood Angels. And then January we have 2 Codex with, in the article, it's redacted, but then it shows them with what I truly believe to be is placeholder art. As that art that they show is in the big rulebook. Well, I don't know if it shows, but it's kind of a weird pattern on this piece. It's still smooth though. It's just the plastic settled on it strangely. Okay. Part of me is, well, I mean, okay, so stepping back, Necrons are, I feel like, the very first chapter, or codex. Unless you play successor Space Marines, Necrons are the very first. The reason I say that is, as a Space Wolf player, knowing Blood Angels, knowing Death Watch, we have indexes, which, for all I know, is a word-for-word copy PDF of what the Codex will be, sans fluff and crusade stuff and all that. But I don't know. It could also be a legit index, like, oh hey, that's where that piece goes. Like when 8th edition came out, and we all had the indexes and stuff was bonkers. Crazy bonkers. So I mean, I've got a little while to wait. Probably, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe more. 2 weeks to a month, who knows? Until my book's out, but it's kind of got me in a spending freeze. I actually went out and bought Death Watch Start Collecting box because it had an itch to build some Firstborn. And I couldn't get the Space Wolves Start Collecting, but I did get a set of Grey Hunters. So I've been kit bashing them together so that my Grey Hunters can have long legs. Which, a example is Space Wolf with Death Watch legs. Looks a lot better than Space Wolf with normal legs. I actually don't have one handy. Oh, here we go. Huge difference. Crazy. So Death Watch are freaking set with their dudes having 2 wounds each now. Alright. Looking over. Whoa. I need to make sure I do this part right. There is a spot that points up. Okay. So I'll put a little bit of glue excuse me, each of these. Make sure this peg is on top. Place it on in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Smash cut to the end of the video, or I'm freaking out because I did that upside down. And then I'm going to save this for after I seal it in all Palpatine-like. In local news, it was chilly this morning, and for Texas, that is awesome. You get to see a real good mix of people in northern Texas, either those who are okay with the cold and are out with a big smile on their face, still wearing what they were wearing in summer, or people wearing long johns and jackets and curled up in scarves because it's below 70. It's crazy. I'm excited. I'm actually looking forward to getting some jogging in once I remember how to breathe while running. Okay, learned a valuable lesson. This is a gap. I put glue all around that edge. Live and learn. I'm guessing that's the steps. And then we put on his butt leg. Butt leg. Actually getting really used to using plastic glue while I was building some of my Marines. I kind of put my super glue on because I just use standard Gorilla Glue in my everyday building. Mostly because if I make mistakes, I pop it off easy. And it just wasn't, it doesn't get that initial hold. So I don't know if I'll go back or not. Okay, let's see here. 16 and 15. Big question is, which sprue is it on? Looking at it, we gamble this guy. And here we go, 16. And what does it look like? Oh, one of those things. Super. $15. Yeah, completely different sprues, sequential numbers. So looking at this guy's weapons, and stats, he is pretty slow for however expensive. He's 23 power, so he's crazy expensive. His points are, I got the book right here. Zoom out. I want weapon profiles. I want points. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, like, if GW will take down my video if I say how many points he is. So I am going to say he is not the most expensive thing in the book, but dang close to it. Wow. Yeah, he's expensive. He's almost a full quarter of the average list. I don't know. I can see why people are skeptical about him. Being that expensive, or that high power, you could run a patrol game with just him. Bam. Silent King comes down. He'd probably annihilate in a patrol game. Strength 12, 6 damage gun. 2, oh wow. Yeah, he's got a lot of shooting. And a butt ton of melee attacks. At full strength, he's got 13 melee attacks? Who needs shock assault when you have 13 attacks? Crazy. Oh, wait, is that from shooting only? So yeah, he's got this rule where it says it does not count as a character for the sake. Oh, I see, because the terrain thing only has 5 wounds, and it is the character keyword. Good thing, Games Workshop. Clearing that up, nipping it in the bud. And this guy should go right there. Let's do a little bit of this. The model that is super, super in demand for the Necrons right now. I've had everyone I know who plays Necrons ask about that dang Nightbringer. What is he? They're elites? Jeez. So you can only bring one of each of them, if I remember hearing that right. So if you have a Nightbringer, you can have a Nightbringer. Each shard is unique. Let's see what makes this guy so crazy. 9 wounds. Moves just as fast as the Silent King. He can fly. Never be a relic warlord. He can ignore Lookout Sir. Does he have? He doesn't have a ranged attack, so that doesn't matter. That's just their stock ability. 4 up invul, can't lose more than 3 wounds in the same phase. That's bonkers. What? So that's Thunderhammer. Dink. Okay, I'm done. That stinks. Man. Hope demons get something like that. Nurgle demons. Make Nurgle demons really, really durable. And he can explode. Oh, what? Each time he makes a melee attack allocated to an enemy model, you cannot use any rules that ignore the wounds it loses. So no Lookout Sir. And no invulnerable saves. Oh my goodness. Now I understand. Yeah, he's pretty beefy. What about the Shard of the Satan? Or the Void Dragon? The other one who everyone keeps asking, hey, can I get that? Can I get that? And I tell them, no, it's not out yet. I don't have it. I cannot get it to you. I'm not sure if I'm going to glue that. It looks like I do. But each one of these little indents makes me worried. Next we got to do 5. Oh no. And 6. Which, oh, thank you. These 2. That makes life easy. I have a big old 3D print project that I've been printing on my Saturn for the last... Honestly, it's been about a week. And that's not a full week of printing. I ran out of filament midway through. And actually, it was midway through a print. The largest piece of this mini, or figure... Oh, jeez. I ran out. And I think I had enough material to finish the print, like just barely. But I kept some to the side because I thought, oh, I know what I'm doing here. I didn't. Never resin printed anything that big. So resin finally came in, and I got it all sorted at work. Came back, fired it up. Last piece printed last night, the last 4 pieces. I am just excited. I cannot remember where I got the model. I believe it was a Patreon, maybe Thingiverse, I don't know. It's really cool. And yes, it's Space Wolves. But I think that with the pretty decent success I had with 3D printing and designing my own Rocky bases, I'm going to do that a lot. And then maybe resin cast them and sell them. Because I really enjoyed making those. Going from an idea to a physical object in a day. So cool. All right. Just like that. Okay, hold on. I want to put the goo on this side. Because the other side has a lip. The less glue showing, the better. All right, so these up on this guy, nice and snug. I think, oh yeah, so reanimation protocols, I've heard nothing but complaints. Okay, there it is. about how it's worded, and now I understand why it's a whole half page. In Games Workshop defense, 9th edition so far has been over-explaining everything just so there's no possible way someone can misinterpret it and make it wrong. Which has just been a huge problem in the game in the past, where it's a permissive rule set, and if they say don't say you can't, you can. And it's just, oh, that drove me insane back then. Playing against somebody who goes, well, the book doesn't say I can't do it. Oh, just flip the table right then and there. Hey, found the first scarab. What are you doing in there, little guy? Alright, so I don't think I want to cram this in all the way, because it does that. I'm trying to see... If... Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like you jam it in all the way. So before I glue that, because it does seem to fit pretty well, but there's no hard spot for it to really connect to. I mean, just think of disco all around. I'm going to set it to the side and build the next chunk. All right, 18 and 18. Let's see how Games Workshop utilizes 2 of the exact same sprue to leave no pieces behind without having a stupid, crazy mirror model. Okay, that's a bad way to hold it. Doing that, slice my hand open. I know, and I've mentioned it, I shouldn't cut towards myself. Try to always keep the blade so this base will be the first thing that hits my thumb. In the past, I've sliced my thumb a few times. Whoa, there we go. Still getting used to this. But luckily now there's a big old chunk of callus and cuts and everything. All right. Get that cat hair out of there. Think that pretty soon you are interested. Well, honestly, if you're not, I'll probably do a little tour of my 3D print room. It's nothing fancy. I showed it off on Facebook. A lot of people seem to think it was pretty cool. I've got 5 printers running right now, printing everything from terrain to figures to bases to really whatever I want. I've got a fully posable Power Fist file. Like, I'm trying to make it a cosplay wearable one, but honestly that project has fallen off because it's a pretty big undertaking and it can be hard to get motivated for. But I can rig it in 3D to bend it to, you know, have any pose, raunchy or not, for a Space Marine to have. So that'd be fun. Have a HQ with a Power Fist just flipping the bird, or have him holding a skull in the Power Fist, or anything. The sky is the limit. All right. This is going to get a lot of little bits. This is cool. I just realized I don't know where to start with sub-assembly for this guy. If it'd be worth it. Like, if I had this kit and I was building it right now, because it's so alien, and good thing it is, aside from the humanoid characters, and I don't know what I would and wouldn't glue together. So hopefully, if you have a Silent King and you want to sub-assemble it so you can paint every little detail, like that little scarab, hopefully this video will help. I think my wife is making popcorn. Yeah. First few days of trying to go hard on weight loss are tough. Probably just gonna take some ZQL and fall asleep hungry. Wake up hungry, and I don't even know what I'll do. Drink a lot of coffee and deal with it. Eat my freaking... I think we got milk. Weird milk oat stuff and count my calories and work out. Get back in shape for the royal ball. Get back in shape where I don't hate myself every time I go over a speed bump. Alright, 21 and 21. Now we can start using this to our advantage. If it's two of the same thing, we know which brew it's on. Little itty bitty piece. There it is. So, about the state of ninth. I don't believe much really changed. Sorry, I got distracted. I was going to talk about reanimation protocols. It looks bonkers, just like the terrain rules are, but then when you see it done, it makes great sense. Let's rotate. I keep dunking it with my head. So I think honestly, it's pretty cool. I like it. It makes it so getting back a multi-wound model is a little more tricky. But yeah, that is crazy amounts of writing. And it looks like it can't be modified more than ±1/2, which is great that we are getting away from the turbo modified lists of the past. It is honestly hard to tell which direction this should face. I'm going to go Big Fin out. I'm going to take a risk. You know what? Not a big risk, though, because we can always dry fit. That looks good. This looks like it's going to stink to get on. Oh, that's probably too much glue. Oh, I don't want to flip it around. Flip that. Wait. Is that right? Yeah, Big Fin out. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. So far, I have played, I don't know, like 4 games of 9th in person. Maybe 5. I like it. I like it a lot. I am really, really, really looking forward to seeing what the new kind of overall meta is going to be. I like that the new missions give purpose to a lot of units that previously I didn't believe had purpose. Specifically like Beasts of Nurgle and Cyberwolves. These are cheap, or even Spawn. You know, in the past, you wouldn't take a single model to run around. Now, you get that single guy running around, holding table corners, holding back objectives, which is what they used to only do, but now it's a little better. And, of course, denying Deep Strike. Is that? Yeah, that needs clipped. There we go. And what's really great about Codex that have these 1 to 3 power level units is if you're playing power level and you're playing Crusade, they are lifesavers, especially at low points. Heck, any game, I think a Cyberwolf is like 15 points. The downside is when you're getting up into 2000 and you have 3 fast attack and you want to take, say, one of these dudes, some Thunderwolves, and some Skyclaws. Now you've got to pay points, or command points, to get that Cyberwolf. So it seems like it's a decent enough balance. Let's see here. This does not have an up or a down. It's snug as a bug. Oh wait, it does. The pattern. I had it right. It's just my natural building instinct. Oh, I don't know if it happened after the last video. I hit 400 subscribers. That's awesome. Thank you. I think I mentioned it, but I can't remember. If I did, thanks again. If I didn't, thank you. This is really cool. It means a lot to me. And I hope that, you continue to watch and enjoy it. For the, 8 of you who are interested in my cat Beans having an OnlyFans account, we're working on it. We're trying to get a nice little, I don't know how to describe it, but a spot where we can take photos with him that doesn't show off, how disorganized we are during the pandemic. A Beans photo booth. Oh, what is that, paint? I don't know. But I might just make a different playlist on this that's Beans fans. Joe pets it. Oh, that sounds so dirty. Alright. These doohickeys. They just kind of... hop on. That's a tricky one. There we go. Okay, so that's snug. So you could just slather this whole thing. I thought that it was going to be floating like these. But looks like you could put a little glue in here and up and down kind of the center line. These little bits, man. That's how I know I'm getting old, is my dexterity's going away. I had crazy dexterous hands growing up. I could do all sorts of things with them. And now they feel tired a lot. And I'm like, mid-30s. Come on. Not even mid-30s yet. Yeah, 34 is mid-30s. Saw someone saying that their parents think LOL means laugh out loud and it isn't just dry humor. And I thought, oh my god. That's right, I could have a kid who's like a teenager now. Okay, so this guy attaches to this guy. And they're gonna make, whoa. They're gonna make the void shards kiss. That's the thing that, oh man, normal super glue helps with is when it's holding, it's really holding. Let me go back, whoops, and take a look at that Shard of the Void Dragon. He comes out in a couple days. No, he comes out in 6 days. I guess if you're watching this shortly after it's uploaded, 5 days. It comes out on Saturday. And, oh hey, they're all 18 power. And let's see here. They all have necrodermis. They all have necrodermis, living metal, slave star god. They all explode. This guy regenerates wounds. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wait. Oh, this model can never... Enemy models can ignore Lookout Sir. So, 4-up save doesn't get Lookout Sir. Still pretty beefy because they're T7 with 9 wounds. And goodness, he has some nasty ranged attacks. And that model just screams, I dare you, recasters from Games Workshop. Just try to recast this guy. The Transcendent Satan. Way back when Necron's got the Transcendent Satan, there was a guy who played tons of recasts of the shop. Everyone knew that everything he had was fake. Half the time it was like yellow. And it'd be like a space marine, not like a armor forged reaver. Like a lone wolf in yellow resin. So everyone knows he doesn't support the local game store. No one really likes him. But we play because, we play games. One day he brings the Transcendent Satan and he puts it down on its little base and it's wobbling really hard on the plastic base. Midway through the game, the base cracks. Like it just sheerly cracks off and it thumps. He had a recast Transcendent Satan, but the little squigglies all over it were, I guess, too thin for resin or whatever. So it was pewter. Bananas. I can't imagine that being, worth it. First off, it's a pewter mini. You have to deal with a pewter mini. If you never dealt with pewter minis, you're very lucky. They were not fun to deal with. Oh man, this one's actually a little tricky to get just right. I want it to be flush, but I know that's not always an option. There we go. So yeah, if you ever see someone whip out a Void Dragon and it just slowly starts drooping and you hear that kind of creaking that pewter makes when you bend it, just laugh at them. It's like a Nagash, but crazier. And I love it. I love these new minis they're doing. What page am I on? How much further is this thing? Oh my gosh. It's huge. It's like... Wow. Yeah, this is going to be a long one. My phone might run out of space. Wow. I might make this one a two-parter, just because it's already been 45 minutes. So let's see how far I get. Once we hit an hour, once I get this thing on the base. So right now I'm right here. And I got all this. I'm going a bit slower than usual. I will get down to this spot where I have something I know what I'm looking at. Honestly, that's really cool. And then I'll come back hopefully tomorrow and try to get maybe to here. And then after that, maybe be a three-parter. Dang. Man, these renders are beautiful. It's so dang pretty. All right, let's keep going. Normally I would stay up till 11 p.m. my time, which, yeah, I'm old. I go to sleep before then. But I want to spend a little time with my wife. Okay, so this goes on, and it kind of clips this leg back here. I can't tell if it's intended to press up against it. Like, are we supposed to glue that spot? No, I don't think so. But I'm still unsure if it's supposed to wiggle. I'm going to say it's not supposed to wiggle. Let's glue this bad boy. Just slather it on. Paula Deen with butter. That's who I could remember 2 streams ago. Paula Deen. She kind of popped up, gave everyone cholesterol issues, and then vanished. I'm okay with that. Plunk. Try to align this. And then I'm not going to put much pressure down because I don't want the back piece to angle up. I want it to be flat. And while I hold this, find the next pieces. See if that'll... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Balances. Oh, speaking of these little guys, so I'm making my crusade list, and I want to include one of these because they're cool. And yeah, I gave him one of the crazy blood claw things because I love the idea of, yeah, we've got guys on wolves, but we've also got these idiot blood claws who are like, hey, let's get on an ATV with a gun on it. Primaris idiots, where there's, Firstborn being like, dude, we got land speeders that do that for cheaper. And I'm looking at the multi-melta version of this against the multi-melta version of land speeder. And the land speeder just seems better. I don't know. And I don't own a land speeder. I don't think I've ever really taken them. Okie dokie. Next up, number 15. Swear, yep. We already used a 15, so now we're using the other one. another thing that is coming up pretty short and quick for me, I mentioned it every stream, is my 3D scanner. I'm getting a Kirin Fizz 3D scanner beta unit shipped out to me. If they stand by their ship date, Saturday, it'll be shipped. So that's going to be a big day. What else happened Saturday? Oh, we get the rest of the Necron models. We get the rest of the space, not the rest of the Space Marine model. Goodness, they've still got all those tanks and land speeders. I think we'll go buy a land speeder tomorrow. This thing's like 5 power land speeders 3. It'll make my life easier. Maybe I'll just bring both. But yeah, stupid fast attack options. I want my Thunderwolves. Okie dokie. So this one. Flipped. Clever girl. Nice. That's cool. I like when there's that audible snap. I don't know if I've gushed about this kit at all. I've kind of been in a so first off, I'm tired. I'm hungry. But I'm also so excited to be building this mini because it's huge and it's glorious, and the lore implications. There's so much going on in reality that this guy being in a fictional universe is enough for me to just kind of step back, forget about the troubles of the world, except New Zealand, you guys are rocking it, and forget about it and just enjoy the thoughts of the Silent King is back. And maybe in, the speculation of Warhammer 50k, there is a chunk of space that is just silent space. It's dark. It's like a black hole. There is nothing. They've killed all the suns, drained all the planets, and that is just where the Necrons have made their home. Maybe there's no suns, there's just green light of the Necrons coming out of that quadrant of space. That'd be so cool. Now, moving on to more of these. Set that back there. Whoa. No clip. Jeez, it's a big chunk of plastic you gotta cut through. I feel like I might want sandpaper for that. Nope. Close one. Nope. Watch it. That nub looks like it's intentional. That nub is intentional. Oh yeah, let me know if the focus is bad either. Usually I can see what's going on through the camera a little better. Maybe if I keep growing in subscriber count and keep getting positive comments and make people happy, then I'll buy like an actual camera and an actual microphone and learn how to actually do stuff. Instead of, I got this cell phone holder on Amazon and this USB cord charging my phone. It's pretty nice. I just kind of took all the stuff I was working on and shoved it aside. But gushing over this kit, the detail on this kit is so nice. Back in my day, that would have been a decal. These cracks would have been freehand, and this texture wouldn't be there. Young whippersnappers, with your awesome kits, not having to suffer like I did, I'm so happy for you. Man, you ever see a piece on an instruction and it just looks like so bland? You look over it, it's like, yeah, use this chunk of sprue. That's what piece number 10 is. It's just a piece. All right. 10 points down. Make sure it fits. What's the woodworking saying? Measure twice, cut once. For Warhammer building, it should be dry fit twice, glue once. A rule that I break more often than follow, out of sheer childlike excitement. All right, I'm gonna clip all the little ones. Not sure if it's easy to see. There's a huge chunk of plastic there. And wow, that fired off. So let's see if the quick clip close to the plastic is better than the slow clip close to the plastic. No, I think that's definitely a clip twice thing. When I built Gunpla minis, the instructions would always say to clip once far from the piece and once close to the piece. And I'll demonstrate that if you haven't ever tried it. It can be very useful. What's the next piece I'll need? Okay, well, let me. It's actually more pieces like this. That's a good snug fit. That's nice. Come on, there, whoa. All right, and then these guys go on the far back pieces. Okay, now the question I have is irrelevant, I think. Yeah, it looks like that these are interchangeable. So that's good. Sorry, I heard a noise. It was one of the cats running after a ball. And it fits snug right in this. Not super snug, not like a snap tight snug. Honestly, I'm thinking for that little ATV, melt it isn't the way to go. That, if you're gonna bring that, you bring the Gatling cannon. Just shoot the crud out of stuff. Oh, what have I done? The hubris. And the rest of the video is just me holding it like this, and then fade to black. And the next video starts with, okay, it's finally dry. All right. So, I'm guessing 22 is a little nubbin. Yep, right here. Okay. So, if you want to be really careful, clipping out like a really delicate piece, which, I don't know if you ever encountered it, you go to clip and it bends the piece, you can kind of, you open it so that some of that pressure can go out and push these to the side. But the Gunpla way is you clip up against the sprue instead of clipping up against the piece, because when you clip, it pushes it apart and it can bend and deform. And you go in and make nice little easy clips. And with that, you barely even need to clean the cut point. But it takes longer. So, you know, it's up to you. All right. Just slide that thing on. How the heck? Okay. So it just kind of slides down. I'm going to put a droplet of glue. Maybe? Oh, come on. Come on, plastic glue. We're doing so well, like this whole video. I only had to clean you like twice. And good piece. Now it's 13. Okay, so almost exact same piece. I'm going to clip it instead of right here, I'm going to clip it up here, and I'm going to flip. The way my clippers point, and 12 should be right up your 10. I am trying to think of a kit from Games Workshop that is more complex than the Silent King. I definitely don't think that Night Titans are. Night Titans are honestly kind of easy to put together. They've got a lot going on, but most of it is really big chunks of plastic. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. I still think you might want to sandpaper that with like 1,000 grit if you're going for tournament, like painting tournament, painting comp. Which, oh yeah, someone was showing off a Spiky Vits assembly video of this little dude, and there were gaps, and you could see all the bits where you clipped, like they didn't cut it down. How do they? They really are like a gossip magazine of Warhammer, where it's just spitting out tons of content. No one cares if it's good or bad. The readers are going to read it. But it made me feel a little chuffed that I'm putting out higher quality videos. Though they probably put theirs up like a week before mine, because they're big enough that I guess their influence level for Games Workshop. Okay. Nice. Oh, almost missed a bit. I dare them to be half as wholesome or have a quarter of as nice of a voice. And you know what? I think it was one of my first videos. Someone told me to just do this, because the glue dissolves itself. And perfect. That is a great tip. Man, this is cool. And I don't even have that much to show for it yet. It kind of looks like a weird spider thing. Well, let me get all this off the desk. Toss it mostly onto the floor and miss the trash can completely. I'll vacuum in here later. And again, these are going to be interchangeable. I put the glue on there, forgetting that I needed to just get a feel for how it's going to settle into that spot. This time I'll hold it. There we go. Sorry if it's been down a bit more. I just need to focus on the center spot. I'll work on that. Definitely if I have like a recording studio or whatever, I've got my workbench that I build on is probably just like so many of you. It's also my PC bench or my desk for working from home on the off chance I get to. My desk for playing video games, which I don't know why, but I'm still grinding through Inquisitor Martyr. It's extremely repetitive. There's like 4 mission types. It's not that fun, but I guess I'm kind of in a state where it's like anything is better than nothing. And if I'm at work, anything's better than work. And if I can fire that up for a few minutes when no one's looking, sure. Why not? Okay, turn the page. We're on the last bit of the instructions for tonight's video. Going just over a just over an hour right now. It looks like we're gonna have a lot to clip here. We're gonna make some stairs. Here we go. So I'm going to clip off the 24s. And the 27s go with it. Here we go. And then 25s and 28s. The next step and then this guy, 26. Do that for both of these. Gotta say I am, very excited. I should be playing a game of Space Wolves against Sisters of Battle, 25 power level, on Friday. And Saturday, the day everything is released, I get to go to work. Climb up into the ceiling of a warehouse to install some access points. Yeah! I'm super excited, huh? All right. And I got to configure all those tomorrow. So it should be plug and play, but if you've ever worked in IT, it never is. It's never that simple. But hopefully it'll be chilly tomorrow. I do love chilly days. Maybe I'll drive to work with my windows down. Ooh. So we're making the Silent King's throne, and he just rolls up into battle, all Xerxes like, on like a crazy pissed off hover throne. When is someone gonna convert this, or at least Photoshop him to be like in a wheelchair, like a hover round? Just do what are they called? The scooters. The Silent King riding one of those old people scooters, but with Necron hover tech on it. I'd play against that. So these guys, they just freely glue together. There's nothing on these to attach them. So what I'm going to do is find a flat surface, put some glue on it, and just move them together. And spread that around a little. And be very careful not to glue this to my workspace. Whoa. It looks like I do that with all the pieces, so while that dries, I'll move on to the next. Without having a peg or slot or anything, it's definitely better to let this kind of thing dry 100% before you start messing with it. You've probably seen me mess with plastic glue enough to realize that you don't want to pull it away before it's dry. It kind of dissolves in and dries, but then the dissolved bit, it's like the adhesive is gone. I don't know, it's weird. It makes a mush that no longer packs an adhesive punch. So you gotta reapply it and wait some more. One of the things I'm looking forward to with those Mega Gargants is the bits. I saw a conversion where someone gave him a Bloodthirster axe. Ooh, that's cool. That's super cool. I miss Age of Sigmar. I'm just going outside and not worrying. Let's not think about that. let's think about how we are making I'm sorry, what did the article say? 60 million years? Let's see here. How long were they asleep? Sorry, double checking the wiki. Where he told everyone to go to sleep because they'd wake up. And I'm not going to control F. I think it's like 60 million years. An unfathomable amount of time. Yeah, for 60 million Terran years, the Necrons slept, voicelessly waiting their chance to complete the Silent King's silent order. So this dude was like, hey, kind of sucks right now. Let's take a nap. I'll wake you up when it's cool. And then he lost his alarm clock. 60 million years later, I don't know, an asteroid hit his bunker. They woke up. 60 million years. That's bananas. So 60 million year old, at least 60 million years old dude who, you know, for being crazy old. There we go. Nope. He's pretty dang awesome. I mean, he led the Necrons to capture gods, fought gods, did all sorts of cool stuff. But we're making an old man kind of a diva throne. Well, aren't those just near identical? Okay. The 27s. So this goes out. And then these pop out like that. I'm just going to make sure I didn't mix these up, see if these fit better. Oh, crap. So I learned a long time ago that when you drop something and it falls off, don't try to snatch it, because most of the time you're just going to whack it. Wait and listen. Listen to the sound of it hitting the floor. Try to hear if it hits wood, surface, plastic, resin, anything. I heard that hit the floor, hit my desk chair thingy, and then no sound. So it probably hit the carpet. And it did. It was easy to find. Okay. We dry fit, and then we're just going to put some plastic glue in here. And kind of gently put these in. Yeah, Silent King kind of gives off a Xerxes. Was it Buffalo Bill? The guy from Silence of the Lambs. I mean, I know he's as far from wanting a skin suit. Well, now he might want a skin suit. Huh. Never thought of that. Probably didn't need to think of it, but here we are. Thinking about it. It's the Silent King, the kind of guy who wants you to put the lotion on the skin. He is looking for a... let's see, how did they word this? Something about a flesh race that could hold their power. Great sleep, great nap. Let's see. I don't know, Necrons are cool because they're super old. Get off my galaxy. Whippersnappers. All right. That is odd. Now, what in the heck? Okay. So unless I did something horribly wrong, those go into the top, and these just... Oh yeah, I did something horribly wrong. So horribly wrong. That's actually right. That can stay. I did it backwards. Yeah, it's definitely for the better that I stop after this. I'm getting tired. It's those long winter days, short winter days, long winter nights. No, honestly, it's just I'm trying to lose weight and I'm cranky and hungry all the time. It's been like a day. Still wearing my fake wedding band because my normal one is too tight. This one's even a little tight. I don't even remember where I put it. It's probably with my wife's, because my wife's, not my wives. Because we're both kind of a little paunchy. I never thought I'd be assembling stairs. Part of the reason I'm into this hobby, specifically this one, is because the kits are awesome. And this kit is awesome. No argument there. But, oh shit. Oh yeah, I screwed up. Quick, undo. Plastic glue all over the fingers. Quickly. But I like building things, but I don't really care for like building model cars. Get out of here. Because it's a car. And I'm trying to get into Marvel Crisis Protocols. It's a fun game, but the motivation to build in the universe, and don't get me wrong, I like the MCU. I like a lot of the shows that have come out. I love the Netflix series, but I've never really been a comic guy. Is it supposed to lean back? I don't think so. I've got, favorite comic book characters. I feel like most people who know of comic book characters can choose a favorite, but the passion isn't there. And if you missed what I just did, I accidentally assembled these wrong. These curved pieces appeared identical, but the peg that goes into the piece below was not. So now, I'm trying to ensure that this triple stack of non-dried plastic glue, this hell that I've brought upon myself, why? Whew. And there's one more. One itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, tiny 23. But yeah, with Warhammer, there's passion. When I build a mini, I really enjoy it. I put my soul into it so much that I wanted to share that with people. With cars, it's kind of like, hey, it's a car. Yeah. It's not a 60 million year old god enslaving pissed off old robot. That's cool. One of my buddies does a lot of Godzilla kits. That's cool. It's a giant monster. Not to rip on car dudes, my dad's a train dude. It's just not my cup of tea. And I kind of got on that rant because I'm here building stairs, and it's the most monotonous part of building a kit in Games Workshop I've ever done. These stairs are really cool stairs. They're cool alien stairs that I hastily built and hopefully are drawing level. Maybe. There we go. But they're still just stairs. Okay. Oh, and sorry, I've kind of got sleepy, runny nose. I don't know if any of you guys get that, or gals. To me, guys and dudes is it unisex? I'll just start saying dudes. Everyone's a dude. Everything is a dude. There's no hate in dude. There's no discrimination. Dude is dude, like book is book. You can't want to be book. Wanting book, it's not book. I don't think I have anything going on in the following 2 evenings. So I'm going to do my best to continue what will likely be the trilogy of assembling, and sorry about that, I'm getting used to this, of assembling the Silent King. Definitely 100% swear I'll get it done this week, because I am sure there are a bundle of people who want to see the Void Dragon built. Heck, I want to build it. It's awesome. What else is coming out? Oh, the squiggly dudes. The new squiggly dudes. Another set of destroyers, I think. Honestly, they remind me of the old Canoptech Wraiths. And then we get, I think, the bunker, the Hammerfall bunker, and the Tech Marine for Primaris on Saturday as well. So Necron's definitely getting the better release this upcoming Saturday. The bunker seems kind of cool. I kind of like how 40k is going the Age of Sigmar thing and everyone's getting terrain. The iffy part is with Age of Sigmar, it's free. With 40k, it's going to cost points, just because you can't get free stuff in 40k. They tried it in 7th. It was a disaster. Now, having said that, what they did in 7th was just, they bet the whole freaking farm on it. It wasn't, you get a few free minis, or models, or you get this free wall, hide behind it. It was, yeah, if you take this, and this, rhinos are free. Drop pods are free. That thing's free. It exploded. It was terrible. Okay. Let's start putting this all together. I am going to put steps on. Okay, here we go. Right there? Oh, wow, they outdid themselves with the flat contact points of, I hope you like holding things and waiting for them to dry. Might have to invest in some plastic glue accelerant. So hey, it's being held, but it's, not firm at all. Let's see if I can get this next piece. I think it goes like so. Yeah, that's not too bad. But another kind of wobbly. This gets surprisingly wobbly in a lot of ways. But then at the same time, there have been a lot of spots where it's been very satisfying and very straightforward. So it's the best of both worlds, and easily the most complex kit from Games Workshop I've ever done. Just so many little pieces. Thinking about if you wanted to build this in sub-assemblies, this part that I glued on that I had been waiting for, I think this is where you would wait. You wouldn't glue this top piece down in. That would keep this whole back, kind of this front, you can see it did glue in there, and the top piece all separate, and you could pull those off and get nice up and personal with all that armor. As for the stairs, boy, they seem to be what will, oh man, what will be the biggest hassle. You can obviously sub-assemble them, but yeah, all of this, all of it, is held on right there. I don't like that. Definitely glad I'm using plastic glue with this. All right. I'm going to put a bundle on it so it holds well. I do not care about the bottom, though more hidden scarabs down there. What I'm going to care about is that these line up. Man. Top step's a little higher. It looks like that's intended. And I'm holding it like this because I feel like if it goes down, it'll start to droop. Yeah, it's drooping a little. So we're going to hold it up, and while we're holding it up, boop, I am definitely not going to glue that in. I mean, if I decide to sell this, having this come out, well, I don't know, would it be easier for transport? I feel like it'd just be a courtesy. Because come on, who wants to reach in and try to get a brush, just comically huge brush, in there? Okay, if you're dry brushing, sure, but where are my good brushes? Here we go, what's this? Getting in and trying to paint all of that, or having it out and being able to rotate it freely, like an adult. Let's see if we can... There we go. Okay. Maybe? Yeah, that seems good enough. So that will glue in. It felt snug. It's not. There we go. Okay. That's pretty cool. And what are we going to put on top of that? We're supposed to put the Silent King, but I'm feeling like belongs to Primaris Chaplain now. Deal with it. Doot doot. That's pretty cool. Okay. So this is part 1 of most likely 3 for building the Silent King. The biggest, baddest dude. I'm going to say the biggest, baddest dude in 40k right now. Lore-wise, we just built his hover chair. I will be doing another video hopefully tomorrow. And be safe, wear your mask, make sure you vote, do all the good things that you can do. Tell someone they did a good job and you love them. Talk to you later.